Hey guys, it's me, Whisky Bloke, and today is completely different in terms of what you're going to get from me. So, for instance, you can see the microphone this time. Rex is on camera, Pugsy, my boy, is on camera. Look at these boys, aren't they gorgeous? Oh, you're stroking Rex, yeah. But the other difference you may notice is that my barrel has disappeared. Where's it gone? It hasn't actually. I'm in a different room. Yes, I have more than 2 rooms. Privileged. Pugsy, get back on screen. What are you doing over there? I don't know if they can see you there. Oh, lovely boy. I think they can see you there. Yeah. Anyway, today's review is, as the title suggests, it's a bit of a cocktail mix, but also I'm going to review this. Now this is, if we just put my glasses on, oh hang on a minute. Welcome everyone, you're just in time for another damn good review. Okay, so, I'm just saying, yeah, this here, oh, looks nice. It's, this is actually handcrafted, batch number 0/2, black dirt, aged for, is that right? Hello. 3 years, bourbon, New York straight bourbon whiskey, 45% alcoholic volume, 750 ml. Well, it's not 750 ml now, is it, eh? Someone's been getting to that, haven't they? What have you got to say for yourself? Anyway, for this, Rex is just checking it out now, part of the video. Less snoring this time. I find when they're involved, there'll be less snoring. Anyway, Pugsy's free to just roam, come and go as he pleases. And he's choosing to. So what we're going to do is we'll review the whiskey. As I said, guys, let's not turn this into a BBC Kids show where the animals are allowed to run wild. Come on. Professional. Anyway, we're gonna do a bit of a mix, and I'm gonna talk to you about why this particular cocktail is a good one. And the reason it's a good one is simple. Whatever time of year, what have you found, Pugsy? Whatever time of year it is, hot, cold, wet, dry, this cocktail is enjoyable. It doesn't need to be, has to be glorious weather, has to be cold, I don't know many cocktails that have to be cold actually, but thanks for that. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I've got. So I'll do a tasting of this as well afterwards. We'll review the Black Dirt Bourbon, New York straight bourbon whiskey. Pugsy, I think you're annoying him. There's a good boy. You know you're my favourite, but I can't let you annoy Rex. Did I say that on camera? Well, hopefully they don't watch this one. He's pushing stuff off the table now. You're missing all the fun. So I'm going to talk about this whiskey, this bourbon whiskey, very briefly. It's only 3-year-old. I mean, they literally were like, "God, look at that! Wait, don't do that. Get drunk. You don't want to get drunk." They'd be like, guys, taking its time, isn't it? How long has been in? How long do we have to wait before we can take that out the cask? And obviously the cask is just there. I'm not pointing at the floor. Rex, please. This is not well thought out, is it? I didn't realise he had such an appetite for such things. I got an idea. And how long before we can take out that cask? Because well, we have to wait 3 years minimum. So what? 3 years. What's the date today? What's the date? Anyone know the day? And then they literally went, it's 3 years old today. Open it. Put it in the bottle. Let's handcraft it. Let's do it right now. And that's what they did. Look. So I will review this as well. I think I'm trying to learn out, because obviously we do, or I do, I don't know, ABV. No, that's what I meant. I think that's like 90 proof for you guys in the States. And obviously doing the bourbon stuff, you know, I'm trying to reach a wider audience. And in America, you know, it's a wider audience. Not like that. Don't put words in my mouth. I wasn't talking about body image. People are insecure about that kind of thing. I was talking about wider audience, more population. So shout out to my friends and fans in any state. That's all. I'm not picky. Right, so without further ado, what we'll do is we'll go through what we've got here. This here is only a little bit in there. No, it's not a urine sample. It is very different. It's lime. So if you get a lime, you squeeze it out, you'll get around about that much. And I put it in a little glass that says shots. You don't have to do that, but I have. This here is Old Jamaica ginger beer. Now, you don't have to use Old Jamaica ginger beer. You could use any ginger beer, but this one was on offer, so that's the one I purchased. I've chosen to use Black Dirt. Now, I recommend for this cocktail a bourbon. This is the one I'm using for this because I wanted to review this one as well. Seeing as it's a 3-year-old. I think it's actually the youngest whiskey I've reviewed. I did review an Amrit. I might have to check the age on that. And then here, I'm going to do a special feature, which is an alternative to lime. This is hand-picked elderflower, bottle green cordial. It makes 22 glasses. That's very interesting, but I don't need glasses anymore. I wear contact lenses. And there you have it. So we're going to do a little bit of a mix-up kind of thing. We're going to stir it. I've got a stirrer ready. I've got these little 25ml and 50ml things. I'm going to give rough measurements here. I do recommend as well, if you like ice, add ice. I view ice as a bit of a waste of space. It takes away space from what could be flavour, is my opinion. And also, if you think of how risky it is sending ice miners to the Antarctic so they can get the ice, to bring it back for you, you know, we got global warming, we got problems with the ice caps, you know, we're losing them. Stop asking them to bring ice back. We've got enough. Titanic, okay, sure. But they've got the point now. The icebergs have bucked up their ideas. Have we had a Titanic 2? Revenge of the Berg? Ice Cube Strikes Back? No, we haven't. Lesson learned. Stop taking their ice. Leave it where it's in its natural environment. I don't use ice, but you go for it. You notice I haven't got any straws here either, because I was reading the other day about a straw movement where people are trying to cut back on straws. So anyway, first things first. Take your glass. Now I could do those cocktail things and throw it up and like catch it on my head kind of stuff. I'm not going to do any of that because I don't want to show off. I'm literally, that's you that is. I'm literally going to get the lime. That there, according to my research, how much juice you get from a lime. I think that's about half an ounce. Oh, no. It's about half an ounce. For those of you wondering, Pugsy is right there. He's just resting on the backside of rest. There, lime. So I poured that in the glass. Next thing is about 25ml. Yeah, it's about 60ml. I'm going to use this one because I can just do it roughly. It's 25, so if I just pour that in like that. There, and a little bit more. There you go, roughly that much. Don't even get any ideas, Rex. This dog. It's not even a teenager yet. He starts back-chatting me. I'm going to review that in a minute, so we'll just leave it there. And then the rest is pretty much topped up with ginger beer. You can measure it in, but you know what? I just literally do that. And look, there is space for ice, but I'm not a massive fan of ice. And then you pick up a stirrer very carefully, like this. And it's always best to put it in that end, the bigger bit. It's not an actual stirrer, it's just a really long teaspoon. You should hear what they call them in the drawer. And you stir that round, and there you have a very nice cocktail. Now, this is usually made with, instead of bourbon, vodka, and then it's called a Russian Mule. Vodka, Russia, you get it. Depending on where your bourbon comes from, I swapped the two round. Don't know if you realise that. But depending on where the bourbon comes from, you change the name. So this is a New York straight. So this is now a New York Mule. Eh? Clever. And what we'll do is we'll pick up the glass and we shall have a sip. And that is pretty delicious. I'm not going to lie. Everything gets the fair share of attention. Yeah, I know there's a majority of that. But you get attention, the lime gets attention, Rex has found a scent on my arm. Everything gets its fair share of attention. Very nice. The other way of doing it, come here. You baby. Here we go. The other way of doing it is you use elderflower. Okay? And for elderflower, I'm literally just gonna actually I'm gonna roughly get it right. There. It's syrupy actually, I've just noticed. I have that in other drinks, but there we go. So elderflower, and then you put in your. You're making this difficult, mate. I don't know why I'm holding you actually. Put that there. You put in your 60 odd mil going in. Next bit. I'm taking a long way. You personally, you don't need to hold a pug while you do it. I'm doing this for the convenience of it. I find it easier actually to do this whilst holding a pug who wants to fall asleep on me. Yeah. Daddy's boy. Get your ginger beer. Take the lid off. Top it up. Again, you could add ice, but I don't want to. There you go. So now I'm going to take a little sip. You good boy, huh? And yeah. That's what we got. So I'll pop you there. I found these to both be equally enjoyable. Out of the two, this one is sweeter, elderflower. Lime is obviously the traditional way to do it. I say traditional, traditional's with vodka. But there you have it, your New York Mule, because of the black dirt that's been used. Yeah, in the process I seem to have got a lot on me, but there you go. That's all part of the fun. I had a spillage earlier on. I probably edited it out by this stage, and I've tidied it up a bit, and Rex is probably smelling where I had the spillage. Lovely. Right, so now we've tried them, I recommend you try this. I like it that way. That is my way of drinking black dirt. I quite like it in a cocktail. But what is it like, I hear you ask? I'll just grab my glass. Whoop! What is it like, me? Well, you're in luck, mister. I'll tell you. So I probably out of habit, but bear in mind it's only a 3-year-old. Colour, burnt orange. Easy. Oak. Caramel. Vanilla. I don't know what else really to expect from a bourbon, so I'm not really trying to explore more. There's a lot of flavour in there though. It offers potential. So what is it like neat? Let's try it on the palate and see what we get. Okay. Well, it's not thick. It's not syrupy. It tastes surprisingly good, actually. It's got a dry feel to it as well. And the finish has got a good length to it. Again, on the palate, it's very much oak, and vanilla, caramel. I read something earlier. I'm going to find it on my phone. Bear with me 1 second. Something to do with the percentage of the... There we are. There is, in this, 80% corn in the mash bill, 80% corn, 12% barley, and 8% rye. Only 8% rye. And yet, you can really taste the rye, actually. I'm impressed with the finish. It's got a good length to it. There's a good length to that finish right there. It's still going. Still going. It's still there. Very much towards the back of the mouth. Just a good length finish. What I've just thought on actually and just realised is that it's actually quite spicy. I was ignoring that for some reason. Subliminally, it wasn't anything personal. It was subliminal. But, yeah. There you have it. Anyway, so a couple of reasons for reviewing this one. It's actually quite a cheap bourbon. It's really quite cheap. It's only a 3-year-old, like I said. And the reason I picked 3 years is because I had a girlfriend once for 3 years. And this girlfriend of 3 years, oh man, did she nag me. Oh man, she was on it. I mean, always telling me off. I never did anything right in her mind, you know. And one time she basically said to me, she turned around and she goes, Max, I'm going to ask you outright right now, because I went round after again rugby and that. Used the facilities at her parents' house. And she said, I'm going to ask you outright. You showered her a few times. Have you ever peed in the shower? I said, look, I'll be honest with you. I find it really difficult not to when I'm doing a poo. That relationship didn't last very long, but the finish on this does last a nice amount of time. So there you have it. So for me, this is quite enjoyable, neat. It's a easy drinking bourbon. And if you just fancy a whiskey but you don't know what you want to try, maybe try this. It's not much. It doesn't cost much at all. Black Dirt, 3-year-old, bourbon, New York straight bourbon whiskey. And then if you think, do you know what? I fancy a cheap cocktail. I'll tell you how much I spent on this cocktail. The cost of this whiskey, it'll be different per region, so there's no point me explaining it. The cost of a lime, what's that? 20p? 30p? I don't know. Depends where you're from. Jamaican ginger beer, that's like 50p. That was like a quid. Don't bother with that if you don't like sweetness. Just want the original way of doing it. Boom. Here's the original way. And that's pretty nice. It'll be funny, for a cocktail, that is good. Alright? So, cheap and cheerful, easy to do. There you have it. I finally reviewed... I'm fine, alright? I'm going to go for a drive after this. I finally reviewed a bourbon. I might try a different bourbon next time as well. Like one from Kentucky, or a Jefferson's, or a Buffalo Trace, or something like that. But, you know, I would never put an Elijah Craig in there. Alan, calm down. I wouldn't do it. Wow, got out of that one. But there you have it. So, I've been Monty to Montreal. No, I haven't. I haven't been him. I've been Activito. No, I haven't been him. But check out their channels. They're good guys. I've been Whiskey Bloke. This has been a slightly different, slightly messy, dog-friendly, drown good review. Don't forget to like and subscribe, alright? I don't do this for free. Do it for the love. I'll see you on the next video.